So this video is about backup zero cycle setups that you can do in case for some reason you can't reach the normal setup for a tower. For example, you have a buried spawn, you have an overhang spawn, or for example, you only have 2 pearls but need to hit a back tower. You can go for lower height, which usually works fine on smaller towers. Up to 85, but starting on 88 you will break the crystal if you go lower than 95. So the first setup I'm going to show you is 91 on an 88 tower. It's like a setup you usually need on back, but of course you can do it on front if you're deep buried or something, and need a lot of time. Yeah, you could do a bed extension. That's nice. Although this was too early. I mean, you could also just do the setup with the obby here, and it would be a bit nicer. But yeah, you can really like easily 6-bet this, and also on back you're already on the right location. Which is a bit nicer. Oh yeah. You see, you have like 2 rotations to spare if you don't have any interruptions. So a lot of time. Yeah. I like the setup. So on 91, the backup setup is like way more common than all the other setups, I would say. Yeah. It's like you go 2 more out than you would usually do. On back it's only 1 more out. And yeah. Just zero cycle as you would normally do. Yeah. I know it's common, but I wanted to include it so that my guide is complete. So 94 is where it gets interesting, because you have to get to 99, or you can do the setup on 95. You bridge like 5 out, then do your setup. Of course you can also do the extension. Yeah. So for every setup that I'm showing, it's always nice to know how to crossbow zero, because you can get a lot more damage on a good rotation and balance out the bad rotations. Yeah. It works really good on back, surprisingly, and that's like the case where you will most likely use it, because I don't know, you have a buried spawn or something, and yeah, I don't know, if you have like the slightest interruption, you are usually not going to be able to hit 99 here. So yeah, I use the setup very often, and as you can see, it does a lot of damage on the good rotations, and like what was it, a 5-bet. So yeah, you can't tell me this setup is not viable. So 97 is interesting in a way, because what not a lot of people do is if you throw good pearl, you can like easily go to 104. Yeah, if you have good setup, you will like always be fast enough for that, and then you can just zero on a very high height, so it will like never fly away, and you're like not offset at all. So in a way, the usual setup that people do on 97 is already kind of a backup setup, and because like you have 1 rotation more time than 104, And you see the perp was very bad and I still hit it. Yeah. Can also do the extension. Oh, okay. It's not that. No, it's that. Yeah, so in a way, the usual setup you do is kind of a backup setup already. But if you're like really, really late, what you can do is a side setup. And you can do it either on 90 or 91. 91, you bridge 5 out. Sadly, you can't do bad extensions here. Which would be really nice, but oh yeah, okay. You can get bad break on 91, of course. Like usually. What is it, 10% or something? Yeah, but what you can also do is go to 90 and bridge 4 out. And yeah. Again, you can't do bad extension or 90 either. But yeah. The setup is really not that bad. It's like one rotation where bad extension would be very nice. Yeah. Yeah. Every backup setup that I show that is offset always benefits from crossbow 0, by the way. Of course, it also works on back. But what I want to show you is so these setups always also benefit from learning the chords instead of only the setup, because this way it will often be way faster if you like staircase to the chords instead of stacking to the right height and then building the setup. Yeah. Yeah, of course it's more offset on back, but you have some very good rotations. Yeah. So the first thing on front 100 you can do, in case you don't hit the front setup, the higher setup, you can do the, like, I don't know, even setup, you could say, with 4 diagonals and the setup here. Yeah, it spares you 1 rotation, which is very nice. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I mess up the timing a bit, but kind of like this. So on back, you would do the setup a bit differently. Same chords, but a different way to get there. You just go here and bridge 6 blocks out and then build your setup. With the same bed extension. It works. I'm lucky right now I got the good rotation. If you have the other rotation, it's very, very hard because the timing is so awkward. I don't know, you can 6-bet with the bed extension like this, but I don't know, I wouldn't recommend the setup. On back it's like so inconsistent, and yeah, if you get the other rotation, you're just gonna fail the timing. Yeah, that was a better example, I would say. Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, first of all, you can also get to the chords like this, like dynamically, instead of just going the way. But here, this is the bad rotation. You like just can't time that good. I mean, you can, but it's so hard, and I think really not worth learning. So the next setup I'm going to show is a side setup. You can do like 2 ways to do it, and you could do just like to 30 and then build your setup, which works fine, but the thing is, again, you can't do bed extensions on that. Like if you do that, it's going to break the crystal. And what I recommend instead is going one more block offset, because the setup really benefits from the bed extension. Like you can also place just Orbi always. Yeah, as you can see, if you time it well, you can like 5-bet or 6-bet very easily. Yeah, and you can of course also do side setup on 91. You just got 91 and then 2 out and then build your setup. Yeah, that's like the very late version. Yeah, but it works. Yeah. But also you have to be very lucky that it doesn't fly away on that. Yeah, side setups don't work. Bed extensions, I mean. So on back, the 95 setup like also works. But yeah, of course, not as well as on front. Because you have to, on back you have to drag like always a little bit more offset. And yeah. If you have a lot of beds, you can like go for it. Yeah, but you see I'm out of beds and the dragon is still not dead. Yeah. As I said, it works, but not as well. The 91 setup works way better than the 95 one on back. But yeah, you have to be very lucky that the dragon doesn't fly away on that height, on that tower. And also the timing is on some rotations a bit awkward. You have to get used to it. But you see, you can do good damage. Okay, I kinda saved that one. But yeah, it works, as you can see. And this didn't broke crystal. Interesting. So the last setup I want to show you for T100 is back only. And it's kind of a compromise between the higher setup and like other setups. Like you're faster because you only go on 103, but also you do like no damage on the first bet. But after the first bet, you can do like normal 0, that is like 1 block offset, and it's like way easier to reach this setup than the other one, where you have to go like to 104 and then build your setup like this. But if you have a lot of beds and you don't want the dragon to fly away, I think this is a way to go about it. So last tower, 103. The side setup for that is not that special. A lot of people know it. It's set up by Karate Baby. That works really well. You just like go to 94 and build your setup like this, kinda. It works with bed extensions, but I almost wouldn't call it bed extensions, because you almost alternate between the two obby spots. And so yeah, it's very easy 6-bet. You can also 5-bet it if you're better than me. I don't know. And like you can do it on every height and it works well. So if you're very slow, you can also like go to 91 or even 90 and build a setup, and it just works the same. Yeah. And there's nothing special to it on back. You just do it the exact same way. Yeah, it just doesn't work as well as on front, but it does work well. So it's not a bad setup for back either. Yeah. But as I said, you need to get used to the timing. Yeah, and also you can like do that as a backup, which I didn't need to in that case, but yeah. If you know any other good backup setups, let me know in the comments, and yeah, that was it.